Hello, my name is Nicole and welcome to The Reset. I'm going to be taking you through your workouts throughout the program, and today we are starting with a strength workout. We are going to do a little bit of mobility to get started and loosen up the muscles before we get into the full workout. So let's go down to the mat. So we're coming into an all fours position. So you might have done this in yoga. We're going to go for a cat-cow, which is where your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. So you're going to push through the hands, round the spine, tuck the head under, and then you're going to reverse. So you're going to lift the head and the chest, arch the back, and lifting up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to reverse. This is a really nice movement just to wake up the back, especially after we've been sleeping or if we've spent a couple of hours at a desk. It just adds some nice mobility to the spine, especially before we go into some strength in our workouts. From here, we're going to go for a reach through. So we're going to reach up towards the ceiling and we're going to thread the arm through. So opposite arm. So left hand is placed down on the mat and the right hand is going to reach up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to thread through, bringing the ear down to the floor. And we're going to do one more on this side, and then we're going to swap over. And reaching through, bringing the ear down to the floor. And swapping over. So left hand reaches up towards the ceiling, nice and tall, and then threading it through, bringing the ear down to the floor. So this is a really good upper back opener, reaching up and reaching through, especially for those hunched shoulders when we're hunching up in the night or we're at the desk. Reach through, ear down to the floor. So last little bit of warm up that we're going to do is for our hips when we get into our squats and our deadlifts. So we're going to do some nice rotations of the hips. So still staying in this all fours position, we're going to take circles with the knees. So it's like we're drawing a big circle with each knee. So going forwards, coming out to the side, and then coming around. So we'll go 3 times one way, and then we'll reverse it. So this bit's a little bit trickier. So we're starting at the bottom of the circle and coming back round. So that's 1. We're going to go for 2 more, and we're going to go for 1 more, and then swapping over. So nice big circles that we're drawing with the right knee. Doesn't really matter which knee you do first. But as we're going through, we're opening up the hips. So it just gives us that lengthening through the hips as we draw those circles. And then we're going back the other way. And 2 more. And last one. Oh, so we've done a little bit of mobility, nice and warmed up, and we're going to get into the workout. So firstly, we are going to start with a goblet squat and a single arm row. So we'll do the goblet squat first and then the single arm row. So I want you to grab one of your weights. So if you don't have dumbbells, what you can also use is a can, so just a normal can of food, and you can hold it like this. If you do have dumbbells, however, you want to hold them in the heel of your hand so that we can start the squat. So the dumbbell is in the front of the chest, feet are about shoulder width apart, and then we're going to come down into the squat like this. So sitting the hips back, keeping the heels firmly planted into the floor, coming down into the squat. So second exercise we're going to do is going to be a single arm row. So we want to place our feet so that they're facing forwards. So if you can see where I am from the side, and we want to bend the front knee just a little bit and lean over with a nice flat back. The other hand, the free hand, can be on the hips. We're dropping the weight down towards the mat and pulling back into the lats. So this is a nice back exercise. So straight arm here at the bottom, pulling into the lats. Really important that you squeeze the elbow at the top into the back so you can feel those lats engaging. So we're going to do 14 to 16 reps of each one. So we're going to do a pair of exercises. We're going to do the goblet squat, and then we're going to go into the single arm row, and then we'll have a little bit of a rest. Okay, so starting with the squats, I'll show you from side on. Squats can be a bit tricky for some people. So what you can also do is you can go down into the squat to a bench, which is a little bit easier, so you're not having to put too much pressure at the bottom of the squat. So we're starting from now, we're going to go for 14 reps. So coming down into that squat and then driving up. We're going to take 3 seconds down and 2 and 1 second up. 3, 2, 1 and 3, 3, 2, 1 and 4. As we're coming down, we're pushing down through the feet and pushing up, squeezing the glutes. 3, 2, 1 and 6, 3, 2, 1 and 7, 3, 2, 1 and 8, 3, 2, 1 and 9, 3, 2, 1 and 10. Good, last 4, 3, 2, 1 and 11, 3, 2, 1 and 12, last 2. And coming down into that squat at the top, we're squeezing the glutes. So we're going to go straight into the single arm row. So as I said, feet forward, one little bend in the knee at the front knee, and then pulling back with the arm and the elbow. So 1, 3, 2, 1 and 2, 3, 2, 1 and 3. So squeezing into those lats as you pull the arm back. 3, 2, 1 and 5, 3, 2, 1 and 6, 3, 2, 1 and 7, 3, 2, 1 and 8. We're going for 14 reps. So last 6 and 3, 2, 1. Last 5, 3, 2, 1 and 4, 3, 2, 1 and 3, 3, 2, 1 and 2, 3, 2, 1 and 1. Good, so we're swapping over. So you can turn the other way because it's probably a little bit easier for you to kind of figure out how the positioning goes. So always opposite arms to legs. So same thing straight on the other side. It's coming up, 3, 2, 1 and 2. So arm nice and long as it comes down. And 3, 3, 2, 1 and 4, 3, 2, 1 and 5, 3, 2, 1 and 6, squeezing into those lats, and 3, 2, 1 and 8, 3, 2, 1 and 9, 3, 2, 1 and 10. So last 4 reps, and 3, 2, 1 and 3, 3, 2, 1 and 2, 3, 2, 1 and 1. Good, so we can have a minute's rest now. So some teaching points that might help you when it comes to each of those exercises. So I think the single arm row is a little bit more tricky for people to get hold of. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we've got opposite arm to leg. So if we're going on with the left arm, we want the right leg forward and a slight bend in the knee here, and then opposite the other way. So here, and then also just having that flat back. This is also quite tricky for people to grasp, especially when we're doing a back exercise. Sometimes people feel like it takes a lot of work and then the shoulders start to round. But actually, we want to be lifting the chest, shoulders back, tilting at the hips to get that nice flat back, and then pulling in and getting that connection in the lats. So we've got 10 more seconds and we'll go straight back in. So it's our last set. We'll do our goblet squat and then we'll go into our single arm row. So whether you're using your can or your dumbbell, we've got the weight in the heel of the hands, or we're grasping it with both hands and then coming down into those squats. 3, 2, 1 and 1, 3, 2, 1 and 2, 3, 2, 1 and 3, 3, 2, 1 and 4. So keeping that chest lifted as you come down. And 5, 3, 2, 1 and 6. We're not letting the shoulders round forward. And 7, 3, 2, 1 and 8. Keeping the feet flat on the floor. And 9, 3, 2, 1 and 10. Last 4 reps. And 4, 3, 2, 1 and 3, 3, 2, 1 and 2, 3, 2, 1 and 1. So we're going straight into our single arm row. Let's go for the left arm first. Left arm's usually the weaker arm for most people. So we've got the right foot in front with that bend in the knee, nice flat back, pulling in to the lats. 3, 2, 1 and 2, 3, 2, 1 and 3. So keeping those shoulders back. and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 3, 2, 1, and 6, 3, 2, 1, and 7, 3, 2, 1, and 8, 3, 2, 1, and 9, good, last few, and 10, 3, 2, 1, and 11, 3, 2, 1, and 12, good, last 2 reps, pulling in, squeezing into those lats, nice, and turning around. So we're going for the last arm on this side, so right arm, left foot forwards, and bend in that left knee. So pulling into the back, 3, 2, 1, and 2, 3, 2, 1, and 3, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, so lifting the chest, and 6, 3, 2, 1, and 7, 3, 2, 1, and 8, we're nearly there, more than halfway through, and 9, 3, 2, 1, and 10, 3, 2, 1, 11, good, last 3 reps, keeping that flat back even though we're tired, and 2, 3, 2, 1, and 1. So let's have a minute's rest. That's the first 2 exercises down, and then we're moving on to the next pair of exercises. So the next 2 exercises that we're going to do are our deadlift and floor press. So deadlift you might have heard of before, and I want you to grab 2 cans if you have them, or we're going to go for both of our dumbbells at the same time. So teaching points for the deadlift. I'm going to stand at the side so you can see my back positioning really clearly. So we've got a slight bend in the knees, feet are about hip width apart or a little bit wider. So chest forward, shoulders back, nice tall posture, and then we're going to drag the dumbbells down the legs, keeping that flat back position, and then coming up. So the dumbbells stay glued to the legs, we're not here, chest is lifted, and then we're coming up here. So same 3, 2, 1 on the way down, 1 second on the way up. With the floor press, we're coming down to the floor, funnily enough, and we've got the feet flat on the floor, and we've got our arms at about 45 degrees in terms of where the elbows are. So from here, we're going to start in this position, we're going to drive up, 3, 2, 1, coming down to the bottom position, pushing up. So with the floor press, it's quite a nice way of introducing the chest press because we have the security of the floor and knowing that we come down to here, we don't have to worry about going beyond a bench or anything like that. So we're in really good hands. So let's go for the deadlift first, and we're gonna go for 14 to 16 reps. If you can go for 16, great. We're gonna do 14. So let's get started. So starting in that position, feet about hip width apart or a little bit wider, and we're going down into our deadlift. So 3 seconds coming down, and 1, 3, 2, 1, and 2, keeping that flat back position, and 3, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5. So you should be able to feel in your hamstrings as you go down if you're in the right position with your back. And 7, 3, 2, 1, and 8, 3, 2, 1, and 9, 3, 2, 1, and 10. We're nearly there, last 4 reps, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 3, 3, 2, 1, and 2, so keeping those shoulders right back, and 1. So we're going straight down into that floor press now. So we're finding our position on the floor, we've got our feet flat, and we're going straight up with the weights. So we're here, pushing up, 3, 2, 1, and 2, 3, 2, 1, and 3, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, elbows at 45 degrees, and 6, 3, 2, 1, and 7, 3, 2, 1, and 8, 3, 2, 1, and 9. We've got a tiny bend in the elbow at the top, and 10. So it's not completely straight. We've got a tiny little bit of a relaxed elbow, and 3, 2, 1, and 12. Last 2 reps, and 13, 3, 2, 1, and 14. So let's have a minute's rest and then we'll go in for our last set. So with both of those exercises, I think sometimes people do find the deadlift a little bit tricky in terms of the positioning. So what we want to make sure is that the back is nice and flat on the way down. We don't want to end up in a rounded position. Any kind of rounded position when you're doing a back exercise could mean that you pull on the upper back or you could pull on your lower back. So we want to make sure that we're always working in a flat back position. And what that means is that usually it feels like you're kind of sticking your bum out. We're not overarching, but we're having that flat back feeling, which can feel like your bum is kind of sticking out. And that's the way that you can kind of tell whether you're in a flat back as opposed to here. So that's a good measure. So always think about lifting the chest and pulling the shoulders back. With the floor press, I think the elbow position is the trickiest. So if you can see it here from where I'm standing up, 45 degrees with the elbows. This is 90, this is 45. So you're kind of splitting the difference between the two. So let's go back into our deadlift, our last set, and we're going for 14 reps again. So foot position, nice and tall posture, and then coming down 3 seconds into our first rep. 1, 3, 2, 1, and 2, 3, 2, 1, and 3, 3, 2, 1, and 4. So we're sticking that bum out, not overarching, and 5, 3, 2, 1, and 6. Dumbbells glued to the legs, and 7, 3, 2, 1, and 8, 3, 2, 1, and 9, 3, 2, 1, and 10. If you think about your legs doing the work in this exercise, it really helps in terms of taking some of that pressure off of your arms. Last 3 reps. And 3, 3, 2, 1, and 2. Last one. And standing up straight. So we're going down into our floor press for the last time, finding that foot position on the mat, and then finding that elbow position for the dumbbells. So we're here, 45 degrees, going up. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 3, 2, 1, and 6. So shoulders away from the ears. And 7, 3, 2, 1, and 8. Keeping that little bend in the elbows as you go up. And 3, 2, 1, and 3, 2, 1. Last 2 reps. If we keep that bend in the elbows, there's a lot more tension going through the muscles rather than having the arms straight up there. Here, we're not doing too much work. Here, we're working. So let's have a little minute's rest, and we're going into our third and final pair of exercises. So we've got our reverse lunge and we've got our standing shoulder press. So with the reverse lunge, it can be quite a tricky exercise for some people, especially if we have knee injuries or sensitivities from before, but there are ways we can regress it. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with both feet parallel to each other, and again, hip width apart or a little bit closer. Some people find it a little bit easier to have them closer together. So coming back into the lunge, we're going to put the weight into one foot. So let's start with putting the weight into the right foot. So we're coming back into that right foot and coming forward. So the left foot, I'm just going to move this out of the way. The left foot is the one that goes back, but the right leg is the working leg. So we don't want to put too much pressure on that back leg. So as we're lifting the leg, we're coming back into that reverse lunge. Back knee is just off the floor. And then coming in, again, that pressure's on that front leg, and then coming together. And that's how we're going to go through those reverse lunges. I think sometimes what people do wrong and find it a bit trickier is where they put too much pressure on that back leg, and then it means that they can get a bit of tension through their quad, and they can get too much of a pull in their hip or too much of a stretch in their hip, and then it kind of goes off piste. So just remembering the front leg is the working leg on your reverse lunge. Obviously the back leg is working too, but our focus is on that front leg. And with the standing shoulder press, so it's really important to remember that 45-degree angle that we had with our floor press, because this is where we're going to finish that shoulder press. So a lot of the time people think we want to finish here at 90 degrees, so coming up and then coming to 90, but actually we want to come down into that 45-degree angle so that we can get a little bit more of a stretch through the shoulders and then drive the weight up. So I'll show you with the weights. So we'll start at the top, so dumbbells all the way up, and then we're going to come down into that 45-degree position. So if you kind of use your ears as a marker, it's coming down into that 45-degree position and then driving up. So 3, 2, 1, and driving up. Cool, so those are the two exercises, the last two exercises that we're going to do for this day one, and just feel how you go through it. I think if you have had sensitivities with your knees before and you're not comfortable using the dumbbells, that's completely fine. But if you're not comfortable bending the knees, then that's fine too. What you can do is you can actually just take the step back. So we've still got some weight on that right leg. So you're coming back here rather than coming back into that lunge position where the knee's just off the floor, which might be a little bit too much for you. What we're going to do is just take that leg back, and then bring it forward. So here, and bring it forward here. And we're going to have the weights in the arms. So let's go through it. So we are starting with feet hip width apart, and we're taking back the left leg first. So the right leg is our working leg. We're going to go for 14 reps on each side. If you can do 16, awesome. We're going to do 14 right now. So here, coming back into that lunge position. So 1 and 2, keeping the chest lifted, and 3 and 4, so front leg is the working leg, and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, dumbbells are just hanging by your sides, and 9 and 10, last 4 on that side, and 4 and 3, nearly there, and 2 and 1, and swapping over. So you should feel a nice little bit of burning in your right quad and your right glute. So going over to the other side, so left leg is the working leg. So coming down into that reverse lunge, and 1 and 2, back knee just off the floor, and 3 and 4, keeping that core nicely pulled in, and 5 and 6, arms by your side, and 7, halfway through, and 8 and 9, nearly there, and 10, last 4, and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. So again, feeling that nice little burn in our quads, which are the front of the legs, and our glutes. So squishy bit on the bum. So going straight into the shoulder press. So remembering that 45-degree position. So we're going to go straight up with the dumbbells, coming down to the ears and pushing up. 3, 2, 1, and 2, 3, 2, 1, and 3, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 3, 2, 1, and 6, nearly there, halfway through, and 7, 3, 2, 1, and 8, 3, 2, 1, and 9, 3, 2, 1, and 10, good, last 4 reps, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 3, 3, 2, 1, and 2, 3, 2, 1, and 1, and bringing those weights down. So we're going to have a little minute's rest, and then we're going to do our final set of exercises. After that, we're going to go for a nice little cool down and just shake off everything that we've done, so we're feeling really, really nice to get on with the rest of our day. So a couple of key points for the lunges and the shoulder press. I'll go through the shoulder press first. So with the shoulder press, with any exercise that's standing up, you want to have a little bit of a bend in your knees. So not completely bent, but relaxed knee. So if you see from the side, you can see that my legs aren't completely straight. Here, they're relaxed. Here, they're bent. So relaxed knee gives you a bit more stability and a bit more support, especially as you get to those final reps. Also making sure that your core is engaged. So in terms of core engagement, and we'll talk about this a bit later on in the program, it's not necessarily just pulling your stomach in, it's engaging all of your core muscles. So your abs, your obliques, your side abs, and also your lats as well. So all the muscles in the core of your body to support you through any movement. So it's almost like, you know, as if when you have to laugh or if you cough, that's the kind of support that we're working towards in our core. With the reverse lunges, the main things to note are the foot position. So a lot of the time, sometimes, you know, people try and go for a tightrope position with the feet. So you start here and then you end up getting really tight with the legs. We want to keep that position. So we want to make sure that we still go back into that train track position. So keeping those feet parallel to each other rather than crossing them over. If we do cross them over, there's more of a chance of pulling something or some instability in the hips. We want to keep the hips nice and even and a lot of space there. So let's get back into our reverse lunge, our final time, and then we'll go into shoulder press and then we'll cool down. So let's start with the right leg. So right leg is our working leg and the left leg is going back. So dumbbells in each arm, just hanging down by your sides and coming down into that reverse lunge. 1, 3, 2, 1, and 2, 3, 2, 1, and 3, 3, 2, 1, and 4. So keeping that weight in that front leg, and 5, 3, 2, 1, and 6, 3, 2, 1, and 7, 3, 2, 1, and 8. We're nearly there, more than halfway through, and 9, 3, 2, 1, and 10. Last 4 reps on this side, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 3, 3, 2, 1, and 2, 3, 2, 1, and 1. So swapping legs over, keeping that nice tall chest position, taking that right leg back now. The left leg is the leg that we're working. It's coming down into that reverse lunge, and 1, 3, 2, 1, and 2, back knee just off the floor, and 3, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 3, 2, 1, and 6, 3, 2, 1, and 7, 3, 2, 1, and 8. We're nearly there, halfway through. And 9, 3, 2, 1, and 10. Last 4 reps. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and 3, 3, 2, 1, and 2, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Whew, I'm puffed out. I feel like lunges always make you feel like you're doing a lot more work than you are, but I think that is usually the case with single-sided or single leg exercises because they're such a big muscle group. We use a lot of energy, so I'm like, oh. So on this side, when we go through the shoulder press, we can actually work on the breath. So shoulder press, coming up for 1, 3, 2, 1, and 2, 3, 2, 1, down to the ears, 3, 3, 2, 1, 45 position, 45 degrees with the arms, and 3, 2, 1, and 6, 3, 2, 1, and 7, 3, 2, 1, and 8, 3, 2, 1, and 9, we're nearly there, and 10, 3, 2, 1, and 11, 3, 2, 1, and 12, last 2 reps, ears all the way up, 3, 2, 1, and up. So those shoulders have had a really good workout and we've done a nice full body all the way through. So our last exercise that we're going to do now is a core exercise. So a nice little bonus added on, and we're going to go for a very simple plank. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that we can actually do this plank based on your level of ability and also based on where you're at the moment. So, you know, if we have to go for one versus the other, I'll give you the benefits, but you know, everything can be regressed and everything can be progressed as well. So with the plank, so the way that I'm going to demonstrate it for you to do the full exercise is on the hands. So the hands are going to be beneath the shoulders and then the toes are going to come behind. We're going to have straight legs. So we're here. So we want a nice flat position with the body. So we don't want to pike up with the hips. We want to make sure that everything's nice and in line. And we're going to hold it there for 60 seconds. Or what you can do is a little progression is going through to the elbows. So elbows on the floor, and again, we're on the toes and we have that nice flat back position and we're holding here. So elbows are underneath the shoulders and then nice flat line with the body. Or what we can also do is we can go onto the knees. So we're here, just in this position. So again, the shoulders are underneath, the hands are underneath the shoulders and the knees are on the floor this time. And we're just holding here. So we're still working our arms and we're still working all of our core muscles. So we're gonna go for the plank on the hands, on the elbows, or with the knees down for 60 seconds, starting from now. So holding here, nice deep breaths. So breathing deeply in and breathing out, just letting the breath go. Concentrating on just keeping those hands pressing down into the floor, on the toes, nice flat line with the body. Deep breath in, breathing out, letting go of all the air, and then taking a nice natural breath at the bottom, breathing in and letting it go. And we're almost halfway through. We've got 25 seconds left. So breathing in, nice deep breath in and letting it go. Keeping those shoulders pushing down into the floor, pushing down through the hands. We're nearly there. Last 5 seconds. Deep breath in. And 3, 2, and 1. Whew. So with the core, with the plank exercise for your core, it's great because your whole body is working. You're making sure that you've got everything in alignment. So your head, your spine, your bum, everything is in a nice straight line. We're going to go for another one of those and then we're going to do a nice little cool down. So we're going to do it for another plank for 60 seconds in about 30 seconds or so. And you can do any variation you want. And this is the beauty of core exercises. There's no right, there's no wrong, and it's just wherever you are at the moment with your body and what you can manage. And then every time that you do it, you get that a little bit stronger and you can feel that things are moving in the right direction. So 15 seconds, and then we'll go for our final plank. So just finding that position on the mat and using the breath. It's really important to use the breath for core exercises because the breath is the central place within the core. So just making sure that we're utilizing the breath, getting the rhythm, and making sure that we're using it to help us through the exercise or through the movement. So finding that position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and we're going for 1 minute. So nice deep breaths in and slowly breathing out. So letting that breath drop back in, drawing the breath in and letting it drop out. Just taking note of how you're feeling in your body, pushing through the hands, engaging those core muscles, although I'm pretty sure they're engaging themselves. Deep breath in and breathing out. We're nearly there. We've got less than 20 seconds now. Deep breath in. And breathing out. It's getting to the tricky bit at the end. Our last 15 seconds, we can do it. Breathing in and breathing out, using that breath. Using the breath to get us through it. Last 3 seconds, and 2, and 1. Whew. So shaking those arms out. Now we can have a nice little cool down. and get ready for the rest of the day. So it's going to move these dumbbells out of the way. And what we want to do is just find a nice position on the floor. And we're just going to take some little stretches just to loosen up the body again after we've put tension through the body with the weights. So just coming down onto the mat, and we're going to do a body scan. So just thinking about how we're feeling in the body, catching the breath again. So breathing in and just letting the breath drop out. Breathing in and letting the breath drop out. And then as we take the next breath, we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee, and we're going to thread the hands through that gap and pull that left knee in towards us. And that should give us a nice glute and hip stretch on the right side. So we'll go for 3 breaths here. So breathing in, as we're breathing out, we're pulling that leg a little bit closer in, pulling that left leg in and letting it go. And then we are going to swap over to the other side. So it's the left ankle over the right knee, threading those arms through the gap. Deep breath in. And as we're breathing out, pulling that right knee in towards us. Just letting the breath drop into the body and drop out of the body. And final breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then we're just going to take a small twist. So we're going to drop the left leg down. So left leg is nice and straight and our right leg is going to stay bent. We're going to drop the right leg over and we're going to take a spinal twist. So we're aiming to keep our right shoulder down on the floor, but not everyone is going to be able to do that. It depends on your flexibility. So the right knee is over. We're just taking a little bit of a twist here, aiming to push that right arm, the right shoulder and arm down onto the floor. And we're going to go for 3 breaths here. Breathing in and breathing out. Letting it go. Breathe in and letting it go. And last time, breathing in and letting it go. And then we're just going to shift over to the left a little bit if you need a bit more space. The right leg is going to come down straight. The left knee is bent. It comes over to the side. And we're aiming to get that left arm and left shoulder down onto the floor. Again, we're going to go for 3 breaths. So breathing in and breathing out. Nice deep breaths in and breathing out. And last one, breathing in through the nose and breathing out. And then from here, we're going to slowly curl our way back up. So if you can, then coming straight up with the arms. If not, turning over onto a fetal position, nice, comfortable, safe position. And then hands on the floor and pressing up. Or if you're able to, we're going to have our feet flat on the floor and we're just going to lift up through the core, coming all the way up. So we're going to finish our workout there. I hope that you enjoyed it and I will be seeing you throughout the program. That was day 1 complete. So enjoy the rest of your day and I'll be seeing you very, very soon.